What's up, it's you? For today's video, we've been full Jangmo-o evolution team. So we've got Jangmo, Hakamo, and Kommo-o. Hakamo-o. Anyway, I pronounced all those names wrong. I know that already. Someone's going to roast me. I've got bulletproof ability, soundproof ability, and overcoat. So I'll be making use of all these abilities and different strategies with these Pokemon throughout today's battles. I'll also be using the normals and the shinies to make up a full team of 6, so I'm not only using 3 Pokemon. So let's get into both these battles. Sorry, all 3 of these battles with the Jangmo-o evolution team. First battle, this is against Will, and this is actually a pretty interesting matchup with Pokemon types. Now, any fairy type Pokemon really destroyed me. As you can see, you know, my team, we've got only Jangmo as a mono dragon, but we've got Hakamo and Kommo as 4 times weak to fairy, being a dragon and a fighting type. Okay, first Pokemon is going to be a Hydreigon, and it's going to be going for a Rock Slide. Like, okay, Rock Slide, that's maybe they're trying to go for a flinch. That would be very mean, and it's going to have a Life Orb too as the item. I went for Draco Meter. This is a choice spec set. It doesn't really have a lot of special attack, and it actually managed to take it out, which was kind of surprising. I thought it would either miss or just fail to take it out. So that's going to be the end of Hydreigon. Now, you may have thought it could have been the end of Hydreigon there, but it's going to be another Hydreigon because it is a full Hydreigon team. Now, this one's called Scum Region. I'm not really sure how to say that. It's got scum at the name, you know, at the start of the name, so I thought it was going to be really, really bad. And it's going to be a beat-up set, so I've got to assume that it's probably going to have King's Rock on there. I could be wrong, but I could be right too. Next Pokemon to come in is going to be my Kommo-o set. Now, this is the Clanging Scales, Boom Burst, Aura Sphere, and Shockwave set. I've got the ability Soundproof, and I've got the item Throat Spray, Max Speed, and Max Special Attack, Timid Nature. Now, the Jangmo was a Max Health and Max Special Attack set, and I had Draco Meteor, Focus Miss, Echoed Voice, and Dragon Pulse with Bulletproof. That was what the moveset was there, and the strategy. So I've got Throat Spray. That's going to be enough to take out the second Hydreigon. And the next one, well, it's going to be another Hydreigon. So I was like, well, I could just go Clanging Scales 6 times in a row, and it's going to outspeed me with Dragon Pulse, and that is going to be the end of Kommo-o pretty fast there. So this is what I was thinking in the team preview. This is either going to be a really fast battle. It's either going to be a sweep. I'm either going to get a sweep or they're going to get a sweep or something like that. So I'm going to bring in my second Kommo-o here. This is a bulky Clangorous Soul set with Body Press, Dragon Claw, and Poison Jab. Now, I've got some interesting EV spread for this. I've got Max Health and Max Speed. And I've got Jolly Nature. I've got Citrus Berry as the item, and the ability is going to be Bulletproof. So I'm going to take that move there, and I'm going to only just took it, by the way, and I got the Citrus Berry off. So now I'll be able to outspeed the Hydreigon and go for Clangorous Soul. That's going to obviously lose a bit of health there, but it's going to give me a boost in stats by 1. So very, very, good move there. I wanted to include all of Kommo-o's special moves like Clanging Scales and Clangorous Soul. I thought that'd be important, especially, using this evolution team. So that's going to be the end of Gets Us 69, and we've got 3 of them left now. So the next one here is going to be Salt. So there's a Scum and there's a Salt one, okay? All right, what's this set going to be? So I went for Dragon Claw here, and Dragon Claw, it's thick. I was like, wait, it's not Salt, it's Stall. Like, I can't even read. So it's going to go for a Breaking Swipe there, and that's going to be the end of Kommo-o. Man, someone's going to roast me hard for that. I mean, if you think about it, Stall and Salt, it's almost the same word. You just got to, swap a couple of letters around. So if you take the L and you place it where the T is, it's going to be Salt. It's perfect. Next Pokemon's going to be Hakamo here, or Hakamo. I'm not really sure how to say this Pokemon's name. In fact, I'm not sure how to say any of these Pokemon's names. So I've got the Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Rest, and Sleep Talk set. It's actually pretty tanky. I've got Max Health and Max Special Defense. And I've got a Careful Nature, and I've got the item Everlight and ability Bulletproof. So the idea is to get as many bulk ups as possible and then go for Drain Punch, and it hits pretty hard and recovers you at the same time. The problem is with Breaking Swipe, it was doing pretty good damage and it was dropping my attack stats. So I didn't really get any boost in attack from using bulk up. I mean, I did get defensive boost from using that, but I did get I was pretty lucky. I think I got like a couple of, like a crit there, and I was managed to heal myself up over time. Now I do have the option for going Rest too, so I could get rid of that Toxic if I wanted to, and it didn't seem like Hydreigon could one-shot me outside of maybe a lucky Breaking Swipe crit. At this stage, I was like, I wonder if this thing's got any forms of healing, and yes, it does have Bruise. So far it's got Breaking Swipe, Bruise, and Toxic, so not a bad set, actually. The good thing about it, I'm assuming it's running some, definitely max health, I'd say. Definitely max health due to the damage I did with Dragon Claw earlier on. I'm not really sure of the other EVs. I do have some sort of ideas. Maybe it's like split the defenses or whatever. So I went for a Drain Punch there, and I got some good damage off on Hydreigon, and it's got leftover too. So it's a very, very bulky set. That's what I guess that's why it's called Storagon instead of Saltragon. Same thing anyway. Yeah, actually, both games would have actually suited quite nicely. So we got another Breathing Swipe there, and that's the end of my attack. It's got like -2 now. I went for a Drain Punch again, and it's getting very close to taking it out. At this stage, I could probably go for a rest or try and get some bulk ups here, but I'm just not going to do enough damage. I'd be able to tank all of its hits, though, with bulk up. So I was wondering how long this stall matchup would actually go on for between the Hakamo-o and the Storagon there. Storagon. Sort of sounds like Porygon. Now it's going to go for a Snarl. Oh, okay, that's the fourth move. So it had Snarl, Breaking Swipe, Roost, and Toxic. It's a pretty good set because Breaking Swipe drops the attack and Snarl drops the special attack. So essentially it's a very, very bulky set, and it can obviously heal itself off of Roost, and as they're doing the Breaking Swipe or Snarl, the Toxic is slowly taking it out. Hakamo-o's going to be able to take it out with a Drain Punch there, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer because it already is poisoned. Next Pokemon is Hydreigon. It's called Fairyly or something like that. Something to do with Fairy type move. It's going to go for a Earth Power. So Earth Power's not going to do a lot of damage to me. It is going to drop my special defense though. So I'm going to go for a Drain Punch. That's not going to do much at all to Hydreigon. It did a little bit, and I'm going to get some health back there. I am poisoned, so the next move is definitely going to take me out, whether it's an Earth Power or whatever. I'm not really sure. I guess with six sets of the same Pokemon, sometimes you don't have stab moves. So I've had that before myself when I have like, say 6 Dragonites. So I'm not going to have a dragon move on every single one of them. So I'm guessing that was what this set was all about. I don't know what the other other moves, of course, were. So I'm going to go into my second Hakamo here. This is a Dragon Dance Close Combat Outrage set with Iron Head. Pretty good coverage here for all sort of types there, and pretty good base power all around. I've got the EV spread as Jolly Nature, Max Speed, and Max Attack. I've got Overcoat ability, Everlight, and yeah, that's pretty much what the EVs and the ability are too. So I tried to cover all of the abilities. Out of this team, I felt like, I don't know, I'm thinking like Soundproof. Overcoat was, I don't know, like I feel like Overcoat was probably the worst one because they're all situational. They really are all situational. So maybe, one of my other sets would work pretty good here. You'll get to see it soon. Worked well with Overcoat, but I still feel that one's probably the worst one. I don't know, like Bulletproof could be handy and so can Soundproof. So that's going to be the end of the Hydreigon there. I went for a Dynamax Hakamo here, and we've got the last Pokemon as Roga or Roger? I don't know. Anyway, so it's going to be Dynamax, and it's going to be shiny. Yeah, I think that was in a Moon Ball too. A Moon Ball Hydreigon. It's very, very nice. I like shiny Hydreigon. Looks very nice. Nice and green and purple. Looks good. So I've got 2 more Pokemon left now. Now I wasn't sure what sort of set it was going to be. Whether it's going to be special or physical. You never know, right? It's PIMPNITE's channel. So it's going to go for a Max Wormwind on my Hakamo. I managed to live that only because I was running Dynamax, I guess. And the problem about this is actually going to drop my attack. So I went for Max Wormwind as well. And I knew that it wouldn't take it out in one shot, but especially with a -1 at attack, it barely did half. So at this stage, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to die the next turn. Maybe I should just go for Max Guard here, stall a turn out of the Dynamax, and then I might have a chance for my last Pokemon to see what, at least see if it's a physical attacker or a special attacker. So that was very important with my last Jangmo-o set. So that's the end of my Dynamax, and now we got another Max Wormwind here. But that's the end of Hakamo, but that's also the end of the Dynamax set. Now, my last Pokemon is going to be a Jangmo-o, and it's got Overcoat, and it's got Counter. So I was hoping it would be a physical set. If it wasn't, it was going to be quite difficult. But I got to see, pretty well because what I've got Protect on the set. The other moves I've got Focus Sash as the item, of course, and I've got Dragon Breath and Focus Mist as the other moves in Protect. Max Speed and Max Special Attack with Timid Nature. So we're for Protect there, and it's going to be going for a Draco Meteor. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, so that's going to one-shot me. It's going to put me down to my sass. So I was like, okay, I can either go for Dragon Breath, which will do no damage. I might get a Paralyze, or I go for Focus Mist, cross my fingers, and hope for a crit. So I'm going to be leaving that Draco Meteor on 1 health there, which is good. And Focus Mist was, there's a good chance to take it out, but since it wasn't Stab, I'm only a Dragon type, I knew that it probably would just live if it wasn't a crit. And unfortunately, Roger, the Hydreigon, is going to live and take me out with a heat wave there. That would have been funny if that actually missed. But that is the very first battle. Hope you enjoyed the Jangmo Evolution team, and the Hydreigon 6 was a really, really cool team there. So lots of different sets. Thanks for the battle, Will. Let's go on to battle number 2 here. This was a battle against Tia or Tyre. I'm not really sure how to say it. I think it's going to be Tia. It's not Tyre like tires on your car. Now, the first Pokemon we got here is going to be a Terrakion. Now, this could be some sort of theme team as well. If you can guess what it is, of course, leave it below in the comment section of the video. So we got a Stealth Rock as the first play here of my opponent, which kind of sucks because now I won't be able to make use of my my counter or my other counter strategy. But this one was all right. I was leading with it, and I don't think I was going to swap. So now it's going to go for a close combat here, and Jangmo is actually going to live that, which is actually really, really nice. So now I'm going to be able to take it out with one of my Focus Blast again. Yeah, this is my Choice Specs one, not my Focus Sash one. The Focus Sash one won't be able to use the counter strategy because of the Stealth Rocks. So bye-bye Terrakion. Next Pokemon is going to be Virizion. So we have Terrakion now, Virizion. Now, this isn't a Swords of Justice team. It might be something like that, though. So that's going to be the end of my Jangmo. Next Pokemon is going to be, Jangmo number 2. All right, Jangmo number 2. So this has Dragon Breath and Focus Mist. I was like, well, I'm going to try and paralyze this. And then it set up Reflect. I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting. A Reflect Virizion. So go for Dragon Breath. It's really not going to do a lot of damage, but I've got a Paralyze. Like, that's pretty good. That's quite handy. Virizions a pretty fast Pokemon too. So I went for another Dragon Breath. Like, that's the best I can really do here. It's about let's say it's about an 8 to 9 hit KO. Maybe, It's going to be a special set, so Giga Drain is not going to do a lot of damage. Now, the only other special move this thing could be Focus Mist, but maybe it doesn't have it. Maybe it's got the screens and stuff like that. So I went for a Focus Mist this time, hoping for a special defense drop, and it didn't happen. But it was okay. Some damage was better than none, right? So another Giga Drain will be able to take out my little Jangmo. But maybe if I can get like a little bit more health taken away from this thing, I might be able to take it out with one of my other Pokemon. So I got a Paralyze there, which is really, really good. Now I can go for yet another Dragon Breath. I just kept going for Dragon Breath, and I thought I'm probably going to miss with, Focus Mist. So now Terrakion's going to go for, Virizion is going to go for a Giga Drain now. I always get those two mixed up. I guess because they're, they're the three Musketeers. I sort of refer to them as one sometimes. So that's going to be the end of both my Jangmos. So very much sadness there. We're going to bring in Kommo right now, and I'm going to take this thing out. So I've got the options of going for Clanging Scales to boost my special attack because I got Throat Spray. So let's go ahead and go for that. So good damage there. Excellent damage on the Virizion. I'm going to be able to tank Giga Drain really, really easy. So I was kind of curious what this thing would actually do. So +1 in special attack, and now it's going to reset the Reflector. So that's going to be fine because I am running a special set here, so I can just go for Boom Burst and take it out there. This thing gets a lot of sound moves too, which works very, very well with Throat Spray. Kommo's a very, very good Pokemon. I can smell something. It smells like food cooking. I don't know what it smells like. I want to say tomatoes. Anyway, back to the battle. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted by food. Gallade's going to go for a Protect. So Protect is going to stop it getting hit by my Clanging Scales. And then the next turn, I went for the Clanging Scales here. So I go, okay, well, I almost took it out. That was great damage. Now Gallade is going to go for Sword Dance. So the bad thing is Gallade is going to get outsped by me. So now they're not going to be able to get their attacking move off. Unless they've got, I don't know, Shadow Sneak. That's about the only way for them to attack me at the moment. So I'm going to go for any attacking move will outspeed it. The Reflector's gone, and Aura Sphere is going to take the Gallade out. It's like someone was like, that's not how you do Kamehameha. But no, I feel like it is, It's the same sort of motion. Next Pokemon is going to be the Cobra Lion. So we've had all of these now, so we've had all three of them. So I'm going to go for an Aura Sphere here, and it actually lives because it's got a Focus Sash. Like, man, I didn't expect a Focus Sash on Cobra Lion. Now, Cobra Lion is going to go for a Sacred Sword here. That's not going to do that much damage to me. Almost took me to half, and I just went for a Shockwave to finish it off here. I found it funny that Kommo got Shockwave, so I thought it'd be a funny move to put on. In case if I come across something really rare, like a Water-type Pokemon or something 4 times weak to Electric. That'd be... Well, it's not going to be Swanna, because Swanna's not in the game, like Mantine or something like that. Anyway, so we've got a Surf Edge sliding in here, and it is going to be their Dynamax Pokemon. And Dynamax Surf Edge can be pretty good. because it's got biting and it's got flying type moves. And if it's a physical set, it could be really, really bad. That really does smell like tomato. I don't know what that is. It's like bugging me. It's tomato and something else. Maybe it's spaghetti. All right, back to the battle anyway. Here comes the Max Airshow. Oh, I'm making anyone hungry at the moment? Like, you thinking about food right now? Because I sure am. So here comes Max Airshow. I'm able to live that, which is really, really good. That was a crit too. I was like, okay. Maybe it's not a physical set, but anyway, that's the end of Kommo-o. Wait, I didn't live that one. Never mind. I don't know why I thought I'd lived that. So Hakamo-o is going to come in here, and I'm going to go and swap this in and just see if I can stall this Dynamax out. So here comes Max Airshow, and I lived it on 4 health. I was like, man, is it physical or not? And that was a crit as well. It's holding, I think it might be holding a leak. So I went for the Drain Punch here. Drain Punch is not going to do much damage at all. And I'm going to recover a bit of health, but obviously nothing significant. So I'm going to die to the next attack, which is going to be a Max Knuckle. And that's very, very bad because Surfetch is going to get a +1 in attack. And that was also a crit. So it definitely has its Leak as its item. So, Leak's very, very good on Surfetch. So that's the end of Hakamo-o there. I love how Hakamo-o sounds like Hacker. I'm probably saying it the wrong. I'm going to try and say it again. Jangmo-o? Is that? It's got that little dash and O. Like, how do you even say that? Hakamo-o? Kommo-o? I don't know. There must be something like that. So I'm going to go for Outrage here on the Surfetch. I lived it, and I lived it very well. And Sir Knight is going to be Sir No More. So we got one more Pokemon left, and that Pokemon is going to be... Oh, is this a Shovel Knight team? It's probably a Shovel Knight team. It probably is. So in comes Keldeo here. It's not shiny, which is good. It's good to see that. And it's going to go for a Sword Dance. It's like, okay, well, I'll go for Outrage here. I'm already locked into it already. And Outrage does pretty good damage. It's still a 3-hit KO. Then I outsped. I'm like, what? Is this a speed tie or a negative priority move? It only just hangs on. And now I'm confused, of course. And Keldeo is going to go for a Sacred Sword. So that was a speed tie there. I was like, man. That was close. So Keldeo's only got a little bit of health left, but then it died to a life form. So that's the end of the battle there. So I guess I was expecting to outspeed the next turn and then have half health and have enough to take out my last Kommo-o. But that was interesting how that speed tie there. Thank you for the battle of my second opponent. Let's get on to the third and final battle. This was a really, really long battle. This one is against Peeps a lot, and this is actually a specific theme team as well. I wonder if you can guess what it is. Now, my first Pokemon here is going to be Jangmo-o, and I'm versing a Wingull. Man, I got to do that Willy Wingull sweep. I just haven't had any luck so far. I've been going for it, but nothing's been happening. Maybe in the future I'll be able to get that one going. So anyway, I dropped a Draco, and that's gonna Willy Wingull ain't gonna be called for the win. It's gonna be called for the lose. So bye Wingull. Very, 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 very mean right there. Next Pokemon to come in is going to be Sigilyph. So Sigilyph's gonna go for a trick. I was like, well, it's going to get my item, which is going to be my Choice Specs. And I got a Choice Band, so I wasn't really happy about that. That was kind of mean using Draco Meteor Choice Band, and it's going to miss. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to swap out here, and I'm going to go into my Kommo-o. I got to take this thing out real quick. So Kommo-o's going to come in here, and the Sigilyph is going to go for Trick again. I was like, okay, this is actually good, because this is the special Kommo-o. And I'm going to receive a juicy Choice Specs on my special set. So like, okay, I've got to go for Shockwave here. This is going to be shocking. So I went for Shockwave, and so was that pun. And it's got Dual Wing Beat. It's like, okay, it's a physical set. That's pretty cool. Dual Wing Beat is a 2-hit KO. So I'm just going to go for Shockwave again. I noticed Shockwave will be very, very good against this team. Maybe that's a little clue for you. So that's the end of Wingull, and that's the end of Sigilyph. So I've got 4 more Pokemon left. Now, the next to come out here is going to be Talonflame. Now, Talonflame's also going to go for Dual Wing Beat and take out my Kommo-o. So that's the end of Kommo-o, but at least I got rid of Sigilyph. It can be quite a scary Pokemon, especially when it's a really powerful physical set. Next Pokemon I'm going to bring in here is going to be Jangmo-o. I've got a Choice Band here, and what could go wrong? So now it's going to go for a Taunt. It's like, well, I've got all attacking moves. That's fine, right? I'll go for that, and we've got the Draco Meteor. I guess they did that so if I did have a status move, I'd struggle. Like, I know what they're trying to do. They were trying to troll me there. So I got some pretty good damage there with Draco Meteor. I'm happy with that. And then, Talonflame uses Roost. Like, that's crushed my dream. So now we've got the Talonflame. It's got, wait, it's missing 1 health. It's missing the merch. So I'm going to go for Draco Meteor again. This time it's going to be really weak, and it's going to be super weak, so it's going to do no damage. But I was wondering here whether I should even swap this out. It pretty much had done its job here. So here comes a dual wing beat, and dual wing beat's not really doing too much. So I was like, well, I could possibly leave another one, so I'll just keep it in. I'll just do as much damage. I might be able to get a lucky crit, you never know. So dropping a Draco Meteor again there, slowly getting a little bit of damage, but, you know, nothing at all really good, because at this time I'm at like -4 right now. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to swap it out. Use Taunt again. So I went into Hakamo-o this time. Now, the dual wing beat is going to be the move Talonflame uses there. Since I've got a little bit of bulk on this set, I'm able to leave it on 69 health. So it's not all that bad. Now it's going to go for Will-O-Wisp, and Will-O-Wisp kind of unfortunately hits. It wasn't Willow-Miss, it was Willow-Hit. And I went for Dragon Dance here, so I was hoping I could get a Dragon Dance and then take this thing out with a an Outrage. You know, the Outrage would be perfect, and it'd be very, very powerful attack too. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to take Talonflame out here. I was like, let's see what happens. So I went for Outrage on the Talonflame, and as expected, it did nothing because my attack is up. So here comes Dual Wing Beat, and Dual Wing Beat is going to take me out there because even if I lived on 1 health, I would have died to the burn. So that was unfortunate. Next Pokemon I can bring in here is going to be my other Kommo-o. Now, this was the Clanger Assault Body Press set. So I was like, okay, let's go for Clanger Assault. I'm going to make myself bulky at least, and hopefully this thing doesn't use Will-O-Wisp. Hope it uses Dual Wing Beat. So I got all my stats here, and I'm going to lose a little bit of my health. And I went for Dual Wing Beat. So, okay, well, that's going to put me below half health, and I'm going to consume my Citrus Berry. So that's not all that bad. I guess they figured that maybe it's better to get some damage off here. Maybe Will-O-Wisp could have missed that. It could have been bad. So I went for Dragon Claw, and that's going to be the end of the Talonflame. So bye-bye Talonflame. Now, there's 3 more Pokemon left, and the next one is, Lugia. Wait, Luigia. Wait, let me read that name again. That looks like Luigia. Okay, anyway, back to the battle there. Yeah, it is Luigia. Almost, that nickname almost slipped by. So now it's going to go for a Thunder Wave. I'm like, what is this set? So it paralyzed me. Then it used Wonder Room. I was like, no wonder. It's a troll set. So Wonder Room is going to swap the defense and special defense around. I was like, all right, let's see how much this does. Yeah. So Dragon Claw really doesn't do a lot at all. Now it's going to go for a Steel Wing. Steel Wing is going to miss. And now I went for a Poison Jab. Poison Jab didn't really do a lot, but I did get a Poison on Lugia. So I was pretty happy about that one. It's like, good. One more attack should be able to take the Lugia out, and that'll be nice, you know. Now Lugia is going to go for a Dual Wing Beat again, and Dual Wing Beat doesn't hit that hard, but the next one will take me out. So I got to do one more attacking move here, and that'll take it out. But it flinched me. I was like, what? So it's a flinching set. So it's got King's Rock Lugia. A King's Rock Lugia called Luigi. Might as well say Luigi. So that's going to be the end of my Kommo-o. Now I've got one more Hakamo-o and one more Jangmo-o left. Oh yeah, Lugia is going to take some poison damage too, but it didn't faint it. Man, this is where you need Fell Sting and Jangmo-o. You could just get that insta +3. So I use protection here. It's good to use protection sometimes in your life. And that's going to be the end of Lugia because it went for a Steel Wing. Or it doesn't really matter what it went for. It was never going to bust through. So that's the end of Lugia. I'm happy about that. It's a very bulky Pokemon. I'm glad it didn't have Roost either. Now, the next Pokemon... Oh, the Wonder Room wore off too. Next Pokemon's going to be Charizard. And this is where things got, real scary. Charizard went for a belly drum. I'm like, holy sh... So I've got a +6 to attack this instantly. Charlie the Charizard. Now, what I did is I've got my Jangmo-o here, and it's got counter. So, like, this is actually not too bad because I've got Focus Sash and counter. But I wonder what happens if the Charizard goes for, Dynamax. And it is going to go for Dynamax. So Dynamax Charizard, it's got +6 in attack. I have to take this out, otherwise it is going to be the end of the game. Because Charizard, I know, it's got wing attack. You probably figure out what this team is all about now. I know that it's got wing attack. That's Steel Wing right there. That's Steel Wing. So it's going to take Jangmo-o all the way down to 1 health. And that's going to be good, right? Because I'll be able to use counter right now. So counter is going to obviously hit Charizard really hard, but will it take it out? Yes, it will. So that's going to be the end of Charlie the Charizard. So Jangmo-o beats G-Max Charizard here on your PIMPNITE channel, people. This is the content that you wait for. So bye-bye Charizard. Next Pokemon's going to be Yvonne. I was like, man, this is really bad. You know what's coming here, don't you? you know what move's coming? It's going to use Oblivion Wing. I was like, oh, this is a flying move, you know? This thing really struggled against flying type Pokemon. So that was like the overkill of the century there, and Jangmo is going to faint. Oh, wait, I've got one more Jangmo left. No, I've got a Hakamo left. Of course, I've got a Hakamo left. So Hakamo, and I still got another Jangmo left too after that. So I decided to go for the Dynamax Hakamo here. Now this set, as you know, is the Drain Punching set. And it really, I don't know, it was better outside of Dynamax. It wasn't a Pokemon I'd like to Dynamax too often because I'd rather just go for bulk up, then Drain Punch, and get the win, you know? Or a couple of rests in between. So now Yavana's going to go for a Taunt. I was like, wonder why it went for Taunt though. But I definitely found out why it went for Taunt. So go for a Max Knuckle here on the Yavana. As you can expect, it did very, very little damage, you know? With no attack EVs, that was to be expected. So +1, and now it's going to go for Oblivion Wing. I lived that like really, really well. That was an excellent lift. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be healing itself, so it healed up all the damage that I did to it. So I went for a Max Knuckle again, and that's going to, I nearly said Max Nipple. What would Max Nipple even be? So anyway, we won't go on to that subject. So I went for a Max Knuckle there. That's +2 in attack. I'm actually doing some sizable damage. Now it's going to go for Oblivion Wing again, and that's going to be doing some nasty damage, and it's going to be healing itself up to full health again, pretty much full health. So I went for Max Knuckle number 3 here. So number 3 Max Knuckle, excellent damage. Killing like close to half health there, which is very, very good. Now Yavana, as you've seen, used Oblivion Wing and it's used Taunt. Now I'm sort of curious why it went for Taunt for, but you'll get to say, like, watch this. This is messed up. So now I went for Taunt here. I almost went for Rest. I was very, very close to going for Rest, and I went for Drain Punch instead. So Drain Punch does great damage to the Yavana, so I almost took it out. It's very, very close. I was like, okay, this is great. I can live in Oblivion Wing now. This is really, really good. Now it's going to go for disabling my only move, which was Drain Punch. So remember, I can't attack this, so it got disabled. Now it's going to go for Oblivion Wing here. I was like, oh, man, I can't do anything. Like, I can't do anything at all. So it's going to live on 12 health there. And I went for Struggle. Like, Struggle's my only move I'm going to go for because I can't go for anything due to the Taunt. And it disabled my only attacking move. So here comes the Struggle. And Struggle is going to do nothing. And that is the end of Hakamo. That was a really mean set there. Taunt and Disable. I'd never do that to someone. Next Pokemon is going to be my Jangmo. It's only got like a 2 health left there, and Oblivion Wing is going to take it out. And that, my friends, is the end of the Jangmo Evolution team. I hope you enjoyed it. Some very, very interesting battles and really, really cool teams. There should be a double upload tomorrow night if there isn't one tonight. But anyway, thank you for watching. I shall catch you next time. Peace out.